This is going to be my third PSA submission in a row without having had any cards back. We're really hedging our bets here on the fact that we're going to get a submission back per month, hopefully. So we should get back one April, one May, one June. And hopefully that'll be staggered enough between the cost of the submissions and obviously getting cards back and selling them, etc. So up first, we've got this really interesting single strike Urshifu. It's not by any means going to be the most expensive card in the world. I think it'll do fairly well, even if it does come back a 9 for some reason. I think it'll be a fairly appealing card in this market. Next up, we've got the Zekrom here, which is a Trainer Gallery card. It is off-center ever so slightly, which is probably why I didn't submit it originally. But this card has shot up significantly in value, so it's at that point in time now where it's just worth having a shot at it. Also, how strange, by the way, this pack, or there's a couple of packs of Vault X semi-rigids that opened, which have got that cut off. Bizarre. Then, again, with the market and the way it's moving, it's a kind of no-brainer to start opening up submissions to cards like these. So these were spare Mewtwo's and Leafeon V-Stars that I had from Crown Zenith, both of which have got a shot at a 10. Even if they come back a 9, I'm pretty confident I'll make money back, but at a 10 I should get a little bit of profit there, and I'm moving some cards which maybe don't have that much value to them individually. We've then got the Rayquaza VMAX, which you guys would have seen me pull in one of my Crown Zenith opening videos that I did. The same with this Cricketune here. Very nice Galarian Gas. We've then got the Diancie, which you also saw me pull, and the Poochyena, which you saw me pull. On top of that, we've then also got the Pikachu, and then the Mewtwo. I'm not going to dwell too much on these. You guys saw me pull them, but I'm hoping for 10s across the board. Obviously, these two guys are particularly punchy in a 10. This Pikachu art's over £100 now, I think, and this Mewtwo art's in the 250, 260 range, I think. We've then also got the regular Holo Mewtwo, which I pulled alongside that Mewtwo V-Star. And then I've chosen to submit one of the tin promos from the Galarian Zapdos. There's probably one other one I'll consider submitting. I think the other one from that was 2 off center. I've then got a Pokeball Reverse Holo Flareon from Prismatic, which I'm just going to submit because, again, why not? It looks like it could get a 10. We've then got one of these Zapdos promo cards from the 3-pack blisters, which hopefully will get a 10. Gen 1, no-brainer really. This came out the ETB and looked pretty minty, so looking forward to submitting that, hopefully get a 10. Then we've got 2 more Lucario V-Stars. These were probably the last 2 that I thought had really strong contenders for a 10. So these guys have shot up in value so much. I think I sold one in a 10 a few weeks ago for £45, and now it's like a £110 card in a 10. It's absolutely mental. Luckily, I've got quite a lot of them because I always thought it was a really sick artwork. And then I've also got the last of my Surging Sparks ETB promo Magnetons. It's Pokemon Center stamped ones, and then also the non-Pokemon Center stamped. So in an ideal world, we'll get sort of sequential numbers here. I do plan on, from whatever submission it comes back from, I do plan on keeping one sequential set, hopefully, of PC and then non-PC promo. We've then got 2 of these Salamances, which you guys would have seen from the risking $1,000 on Japanese cardboard video. Again, really hoping for a 10 on these. Should get a strong return if they do come back a 10. On top of those, we've got the Roaring Moons. Similar situation here. SAR, fairly punchy card, sort of £25-ish range. Come back a 10, hopefully it'll be worth like over £100, or at least roughly £100. 3 of the Raging Bolts, I think they're called. Raging Bolt EXs. Again, one of those cards that's just sort of been blown up in English, so hopefully the Japanese follow suit. The Iron Crown, I think this is called. We've got a couple of them again from the Japanese video, which you guys would have seen. 8 of them came back ever so slightly damaged, so I'm only going to submit the 2. Then we got this one as a freebie from the Japanese set. So apparently this is potentially an error card, which is meant to have a different holo pattern, but I actually don't know too much about it. So maybe it's not the error version, maybe it is the standard version. Next up then, we've got 3 of these Articunos. Again, same situation as to why I submitted them before. Really strong art, Gen 1 Pokemon. I think in a 10 it'll do really well. I'm not 100% sure if I think we're going to get 10s across the board on this. But yeah, even if we don't get 10s across the board, even if we were to get 2 10s and 9, that would be really, really nice. Then we've got 3 of the Drowsies. I'm going to make a whole separate video on this card because it's just gone absolutely mental. I paid, what was it, like $8 a card, something around that, maybe less, $7 a card. I think now they're like 25 in the space of a few weeks. But ideally want to get 310s back here because I would love to keep one of these. I do think the art is really strong. It, as you can see, maybe I'll focus, maybe it won't. But anyway, the art's really sick. In English, it's just gone bananas as well. So we're sending off 3 of those. We'll have more in a future submission. Sending off 3 of the serial edges, or however you say it. Again, you'll have seen in the Japanese video, I bought quite a lot of these. Really, really like the artwork on this. So we're just going to send off 3, and we'll keep more for future submissions. Got a couple of the Wailords, which you guys would have seen as well. Hoping for 10s across, obviously, all of these. I wouldn't be submitting them if I didn't think they had a chance for a 10. Now, one where we are sending off quite a few is the Infernape. I have quite a lot of these after I bought them in the most recent Japanese video, so I'm looking to get moving with these. I think I still got 1 in stock and a 10 at the moment, but these guys have absolutely flown for me, so I have no concerns with submitting more. And then hopefully we get all 10s back, but if we don't, even if we get them back in a 9, I think with how strong the artwork is, we should be able to at least get our cash back, which is good. We've then got 2 of the Latios. Yeah, I think so. I think it's a Latios. We still have another couple waiting for the next submission as well. We've got a few at PSA at the moment. So you guys are starting to see some recurring themes here with cards I'm submitting. I'm holding off till the next submission. I'm submitting more of it. Now that we're in that sort of flow, it's really good because, again, as these cards are rising in price, which basically they all are, then I'm not necessarily needing to buy more of the same card because I already did buy more. I can just submit the ones that I've kept. So we're in a strong position there, but sending off a couple more of these. And then I'm going to send off my last Deerling and Sawsbuck duo. Again, we'll hopefully get sequential ones of these, but in reality, the cost of these has just gone up too much to where I'm not going to be buying these anymore. I think I would have paid $1 to $2 a card. They're now sitting at like $8 to $9 a card. Like I'm not paying 9x what I paid. So looking forward to hopefully getting a sequential set there. We've got another one of these chances going off. We've got another Miss Magius or Miss Magius, however you want to say it. I think this is my last Steelix out of the lot that I bought. So we've got another Steelix going off. Got another Lickitung. We've got 2 more of these Drampas. I think it's like never-ending story vibes. I think it's a really, really strong artwork, and I know it's a dragon Pokemon. It might not be the most popular dragon Pokemon, but ultimately it's still a dragon. It's still a really sick art. Then got is this the Slackoth? I think it's Slackoth. I should really remember that, but it's not. I don't think it's Slacking. I think Slacking's on after this. But again, this is pretty cool. Obviously, very different artwork style. Got one Braviary. No, not Braviary. Is it Braviary? No. I can't remember what it's called. We've got another Scizor. I just really, really like this art. I think it's really strong. Similarly to the Infernape, I think that the way it looks will just do well over time, regardless of what the Pokemon is, to be honest. We've got another one of these Alolan Dug Trios. I'm not really too sure how these are going to go. I'm not sure what the market is going to be saying on them. There seems to be some popularity now, but obviously as more graded copies come back, we'll need to see if that demand stays there. We've then got my last Tyranitar, which is sad. Obviously, very, very sick art. The Groudon did exceptionally well for me, so I'm looking forward to getting these guys back. Again, this is one that I've submitted a few of now. We've got a Mesprit. I think this is my last Mesprit. Again, this was just a super undervalued card. It was sort of circa £2. The English was already £8-9. It started to pick up quite significantly. So yeah, very much looking forward to getting that back. We've got my last Dragonair from Japanese 151. So similar situation, just 151's gone up in price so much. I'm like, any of these cards which are considered hits in 151 are a bit of a no-brainer to send off now. Mewtwo from 151 as well. This is my last copy of Mewtwo. This was the UPC promo in English, which has also shot up in price. So again, similar situation. When the English shoots up in price, I tend to expect the Japanese will go up as well. We've got the Poliwhirl. Similar situation. 151, bit of a no-brainer to try it. We've then got the Nidoking, which was the one I bought for roughly $1, $1.50, and it just seemed too cheap. So even if it comes back in 9, I'm like, right, look, we'll do something with it. Maybe it becomes a buyer's giveaway. We sell it, break even, whatever. We'll see what it becomes. And then last but not least in this submission, we've got the Bulbasaur from 151. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy. I'm really looking forward to getting some PSA returns back to you, which will probably be starting in April. But let me know down in the comments below which one of these was your favourite cards, what you're looking forward to seeing the grades on, and also what are you submitting to PSA at the moment.